afternoon, folks, from rainy Louisville, Kentucky. And welcome to the inaugural episode of Big John Can Teach You by letting you laugh at his dumb ass. Episode number 1. If y'all go back through my episodes, there's a video back there somewhere about 5 things a new driver should have in his truck, all times. Necessities. One of those necessities, I said, just as a must-have, year-round, you should have in your truck warm winter clothing, and warm bedding and such. You should be prepared. Have a complete change of clothes and all that stuff. Every year about this time of year, usually the first time I get back and it's warm at the house, you know, I'd say about 60, 70 degrees, I get all that stuff out of my truck, you know, my winter comforters and my coats and overalls and everything else out of the truck. I take them home and wash them all up, and I put them in plastic bags. And then when I get time, and usually a couple months later, I bring them back to the truck. Well, inevitably, in this period of time, this stuff is not in the truck. I'll leave the house one day. Boy, it sure is nice outside. It's sunny and 75 degrees. And I'll have on my shorts and t-shirt, shorts and wife beater or whatever. And I'll go bopping my ass to work. And my brain is completely disconnected from the fact that, John, you're in Alabama. Sure, it's sunny and 75 degrees here, but it probably isn't sunny and 75 degrees in Wisconsin. And usually when this happens, I'll get to I'll get up about middle Illinois and have to stop fuel or something. I'll throw open that door, and the first thought goes through my head is, John, you dumbass, you did it to yourself again. As that cold ass wind blows up the leg of your shorts, and you're like, son of a bitch. Well, of course, you got to get out and fuel your truck. Meantime, everybody's in their trucks around looking at you, saying, look at this fool. What does he think this is, July? Well, and then you get him up there where you're going and hop back out of your truck. Of course, this is the customer you got to go to where you got to park in this lot, walk a half a freaking mile to check in. In your tank top and your damn t-shorts or shorts. You go bopping across the parking lot. It's snowing, wind blowing about 40 miles an hour. And you can see the guards in the guard shack just laughing at your dumb ass walking across that parking lot. And what's so bad about this, I won't do this just once. I'll do it 3, 4, 5 times until the weather gets warm enough that it doesn't matter. And it's about that time that I finally say, this is when my stuff makes it back to the truck. Because I'm like, I ain't doing this shit to myself again. And I drag my shit to the truck. And inevitably, that's when the cold weather's over with. It doesn't happen no more. Because it happened to me today and yesterday. I left the house. It was sunny, 75 degrees. Was actually tempted to ride my motorcycle to work. But no, I was intelligent enough to look on the weather and say, no, when I get back, it's going to be rainy. Then I will have to ride it home in the rain. And I just really don't, not that I'm worried about riding my motorcycle in the rain, but it's not always the most pleasant experience. But I wasn't smart enough to look at the weather and see that in Tipp City, Ohio, it was going to be 27 freaking degrees. I even called up a friend of mine while I was up there. I was like, you know what my dumb ass did? And she said, how cold is it? She knew exactly what I done. I guess kind of the moral to this story is no matter how prepared you are, no matter how much experience you have, no matter how many times you've done it, your dumb ass is still going to make mistakes. Just roll with the punches, live with it. Freeze your ass off and try not to do it next year. I think next year I'm gonna put a damn sticky note or something on my freaking cold weather stuff. Just do not remove till June. No matter how warm it is, you dumbass. Or do not remove till you have something to replace it with. But no, I'll do it again next year. But that was a good one I had to come out with, because now that I'm done, I'm on my way home. I've done all the getting out in the cold I'm going to have to do. Well, hopefully. Because inevitably, if I'm going to break down or blow a tire or something, now is when it'll happen. That's just the way my luck runs. But hopefully I don't have to get out of the truck again. So now's the stage where I can laugh at myself for being stupid. And I've always found out life is a lot less stressful. Instead of double guessing yourself and getting mad and upset and everything else, learn to laugh at yourself. It takes a lot of stress out of your life. Because getting mad at yourself, cussing yourself, fretting about it and everything else, ain't gonna make your ass no warmer. On that note, y'all have you a fine day. And I'll catch you on the flip side.